Welcome back to the Todd Durkin Impact Show. And today, you get something real special. You get chopping it up with the Durkin Boys. Yes, we have Luke, Brady, and yours truly in the house today. It's like living room style. And we're going to chop it up. And Brady and Luke, I hope you're excited about today.
Yes, yeah? It's great to be back.
Great to be back. You're making your, third appearance, I think it is?
It's been a lot.
Yeah. Well, hey, I want to start off, first off, everyone saying thank you and Happy New Year again. Last week, we had all about framing up your best year. Why wait? Happy New Year. Hey, it's early January still, January 9th as this thing drops. So Happy New Year. I hope your year is off to an amazing start. One of the best things about the new year right now, Luke's been home about 3 weeks. Brady's, I think, loving having his older brother home. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's been great.
I see you guys hanging. You're always like talking under your breath and laughing, and then you're hanging out, working out. Today I want to chop it up about life, football, sports, family, faith, anything else. For those of you who don't know, Luke is a sophomore at Davidson College in North Carolina. Brady's a senior in high school here at Scripps Ranch, San Diego. Getting ready for lacrosse coming up this spring. We'll talk about that. And is it true you will reveal your college decision? Yeah, not yet.
It is true.
It is true. Okay. So he's going to reveal that on today's show. And I've got some good questions coming up today, too. They're not prepped on this. I'm not telling them in advance all of the questions and everything that they're going to be asked. So we'll see if they can think on their toes. It's kind of like we're in the living room and you're just hanging out with us today. I want to start with the middle one, Brady.
Yes.
I want to start with you. What a year. The last year.
Mm-hmm. Good year. Long year.
Long year. 2022. Thank God it's over. And it's now into 2023. Mm-hmm. What would you say just the hardest thing you've dealt with in the last year?
Obviously, the shoulder surgery was definitely something that was difficult for me.
Yep.
As much as it was difficult, though, I appreciated it because it helped me grow stronger, grow better. But while I was going through it, when I actually had the surgery, going through the actual injury, it was difficult.
You lost, 15 pounds?
I mean, I was lean 225.
What was Luke saying to you? What was he making fun of you because you're like, I look skinny?
So skinny. He lost all his arms.
Lost his arms. Or were you supportive? Was your brother supportive?
No, he was supportive.
I was supportive, but I gave him a hard time for the arms. Mr. Meathead over here, he probably lost it all.
Like I said, folks, you're in for a treat today as they just constantly rib on each other. So the shoulder surgery, what would you say your top lesson was from that surgery? That whole between the surgery, the work, the rehab.
I mean, I definitely missed working out. I love working out. That's one thing that I learned. And then two, just like
because you couldn't work out.
I couldn't work out. The perspective shift on learning that it is just bigger than sports. If I'm gonna miss a football season my senior year, it's bigger than that. It's life. There's more to life than sports or just football or whatever it is. And the growth itself, it was good. After looking back, I'm happy.
And are you healthy now? How are you feeling?
Feeling great. I'm ready for lacrosse season. I can't wait.
Okay, and you guys are already practicing.
Yep.
Are you hitting people yet?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Okay.
I'm lowering the shoulder. It's true. It's working.
You have tested it out.
I've tested it out, and it puts them on the floor. So.
Hey, folks, just think about this. When you're training, when you come back from surgery, you don't just go from working out in the gym to then just going out and playing lacrosse or football, whatever else. You actually have to do exercise in the gym that would replicate the buildup of demands. Things like burpees, where you're actually hitting a ground or doing plyometric push-ups off a bench, where you're actually having some contact to get used to it before you actually hit somebody. I've seen Busta doing those in the gym. We've been getting after it a couple days in the gym here at FQ10 at the home. You're running. You're doing a great job. So we'll talk more about that later in the show. Let's go to your older brother. Luke, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. First off, let's talk with the most important thing you're doing right now. School. We'll talk about school. Could be football. School. Do you have a major yet? You're a sophomore.
I haven't declared my major, but I believe I'm going to do communications.
Communications.
Kind of like we don't have a business program, but it's either economics or communications, and leaning towards communications right now.
Why?
It's definitely one of the easiest majors in the school. It prepares me for leadership in all aspects.
So it's the easiest. So you're choosing the easiest?
Well, no, I think it's the most interesting to me.
Okay.
And, I think balancing it with everything else is good. me and my friends have a little saying that we didn't come here to play school. So it's going well though. I have good grades.
What are your grades?
3.5.
3.5.
3.56 or something.
Besides communications, what other classes are you taking? Because Davis is not an easy school.
It's a liberal arts school, so I'm still doing my the general ed. So I've in social statistics and
social statistics.
Classes.
I don't think we had that in college when I was there. Social statistics.
It wasn't very fun.
You do like biology?
I haven't taken a bio class yet. I'm gonna have to take one before.
Economics?
I did take an economics class.
Good. Yeah, very good. But you don't even have a kinesiology class, or
I would love
there's not even a department there.
But we don't have it. Yeah.
I think we may need to start one. Let's start a department.
There is a thing where you can kind of declare your own major, but then you'd have to go through the pre-med track there, which would not.
Okay, I may need to start a kinesiology major at Davidson College. I'm not saying you should study that. I'm just saying that'd be a good.
I would love to say that.
Okay. Football. It's a big part of what you do because you have school and football. Notice scholar athlete. So you're a scholar athlete. Football. Tell me about your season, sophomore year.
It was a pretty good season. It felt long. Normally it's like the semesters fly by, but this semester definitely felt long, which is all the ups and downs during the season. I got hurt about I think it was week 7 or 8, which caused me to miss the rest of the last 3 or 4 games. Up until then, it was a good experience. I got a decent amount of playing time. Started a couple of games before I got hurt, and then injuries are unfortunate, obviously. But yeah, so a lot to build on with the team. I'm excited for next year, getting back there about a week or so now.
Okay.
So straight into workouts.
Started the season, split time with another guy, and then started middle of the season, had 2 games, got hurt.
Yep.
Tell me more about the injury. Grade 2 MCL?
Partial MCL tear, which is the best thing I could have done for my knee. I was worried. Anything else usually requires surgery, but MCL.
Tell me about the game, what happened.
So we were playing Stetson, which is a team from Florida, second quarter of the game. I pitched the ball. Don't have 5 seconds after the play, I'm by the sideline. Kid just rolls up on me, hits me from behind. And then my leg kind of snaps back like I'm in a flamingo stretch on the ground. Then head just goes straight through the ref. 80-year-old referee running down the sideline.
80-year-old?
He looks pretty old. The ref got it worse than me.
50.
He's probably
got y'all.
60, but the ref got worse than me.
Why do all old guys seem like they're 80? No, he's probably 50, but go ahead.
Cut, bleeding out the ear, knocked out unconscious on the field. And now I'm I scream they're checking my knee, doing all the tests. The ref's out unconscious. So more people are looking at the ref. The whole stands are just quiet. They think this guy's dead. And then he's probably out for 15
because your helmet hit him.
Yeah, my helmet
knocked him out.
Into him. And then, so they're doing all the tests on me. It's about 15 minutes, which is nice because I got to, they're having me cut, do all this stuff to get back. The ref's getting loaded up into a stretcher, putting the. So
it was nice that the ref was knocked out cold.
No.
So that you could actually get your knee better.
It allowed them to do all the testing.
I get you.
When, we had our guy warming up out there, there's no way I'm coming back. And I came running back in the huddle with a little brace on and then go out there. Couldn't run.
You were down? You guys were up or down at that point?
It was back and forth all game.
Yep.
We might have been, I think we were probably up by a touchdown at that point, but then we were going back and forth all game.
Before you even go to the rest of the game, just so everyone knows, I wasn't at this game. I was at a speaking engagement. I'm watching it on the computer, and one of the other players' fathers is texting me because all of a sudden I see Luke going to the sideline, and then the ref and Luke, I don't see him pop up. And they're I think it was your play-by-play guy. There's a host of guys down on the sideline. Well, I see Nine's not getting up. So he's pinned underneath the referee who's passed out. And next thing I know, Mr. My Own was texting me they're checking Luke's knee. And I'm oh no, he blew his ACL out. They're playing real good. They were up, blah, blah. And they're checking the ACL. Next thing I know, Mr. My Own was telling me, wait, they're putting a brace on him. I'm oh, snap. And then wait, he's testing it out. And then this time you see the ref get stretchered away or moved away, and you go back in the game.
Oh yeah, ref got stretchered out. I come hobbling back in. Probably shouldn't have came back in.
I was going to say, with a grade 2 MCL? Did they say?
Well, they didn't know what it was.
Okay, I'm fine.
I did the little cuts. I was cutting on my right leg, even though it was left. But
attaboy.
Told him I was I'm not leaving unless it's on a stretcher.
Good.
So they let me go back.
Good.
Yeah, couldn't run this. So every drive I come out.
You don't need to run.
I come out and they just brace me up with a bigger brace. So it was by the time I got I went through like 3 different braces.
And I think the next play after you came back in was an option to the right.
Yeah.
And you got a horse collar from behind because you couldn't run.
I kept running. That was the thing. I would just keep running. And I was like hobbling like bad. Was able to play. I was like, I'm not leaving this game. Like, I don't really care what the situation was. And then we ended up winning double overtime.
Double overtime.
It was a good win.
Great win. Stetson always plays Davidson tough. And I give the coaches credit because there was a little bit of a tweak of the game plan. You guys threw a little bit more after.
I mean, we couldn't. I
couldn't run.
I couldn't run. So we were just our running backs were running. We were pitching it to the slots, and we had to throw. Like I wasn't really much of a running option, but I was able to run a couple of times with that. Like I ran up the B gap a couple of times, but I was hobbling up there, just put my head down. But yeah, it was a good win for sure.
So let me ask you. So you got the win, and you guys went on, made it to the playoffs. End up you did not play the last 3 games and playoffs, right? Yeah. I know it hurt to not be able to come back home to play at the University of San Diego.
Yeah, the worst timing because it was the week. I woke up the next day, like I couldn't walk, so I was like, yeah, it's not. I thought I was still gonna play. I was like, well, it'll be fine by Wednesday. Sure enough, Wednesday came, so it wasn't getting much better. So they ruled me out for San Diego week, which was.
So folks, just so y'all know, like after a game, the guys typically go out and they have some protein shakes. And I was in there, so I said, Luke, do not go out. Get your leg in ice. Get your ibuprofen. Get your legs up because it's going to swell up like a balloon tomorrow. It's like, of course, Dad, of course. Then I call him later on. I hear a bunch of in the back.
I didn't do anything crazy that night.
But anyway, fast forward. Hardest thing about being a college student athlete?
Probably the time commitment with everything. School's a lot, especially at Davidson. Football's a lot. It takes up like all day, every day. And then I'm also doing the ROTC, which pays for school. And that's another, it's not a big time commitment at school. It's only about 4 hours a week, but it's another thing that on top of everything, it adds a lot. Yeah. So definitely the time commitment is probably the hardest thing, but you kind of got to love it.
Yeah, no, I'm really proud of that. If you hadn't heard, Luke is on an Army ROTC scholarship. And I remember Coach Abel back in the day when you were looking, right? He said, why haven't you committed to Davis? I'm like, well, let me tell you why, Coach, because he's got college scholarships and it costs $70,000 a year to go here. He's like, well, we have a solution to that. And you were awarded an Army ROTC scholarship. And obviously, that was a big decision that, hey, do I want to go into and be in the Army someday as well? And you said, yes, I really love Davidson. I love the program and everything else. You're in your second year in the Army ROTC. So you're juggling 3 things: school, football, and the Army.
Yeah,
right.
It definitely gets more and more like this. Like last year when you're a freshman, like the ROTC, you're pretty just like kind of sitting there learning. Now you get more leadership roles into it, and you got to do more stuff. But I think going back to school, those are probably my favorite classes, to be honest. They're more interesting than like I'd rather go to a class and learn about leadership and like Army values and tactics than I would go learn about math and science.
So you actually are getting excited about a potential
it's definitely cool. It's
career in the military.
It's a lot of stuff to deal with during the school, but yeah, I don't know if it's something I want to do for like my whole career, but definitely to start out, have that experience because it offers good leadership strategies and all that.
Brady, do you see yourself going into the Army ROTC?
I see myself doing it. You guys don't see me doing it.
Really?
I mean,
you can see yourself doing that?
I think I can do it.
I know you could, but is that something that you want?
I have a route that I think I'm going down. If it somehow goes south, I think I fit it in well.
Okay.
So I mean, we'll see.
By the way, that's the first time I've heard that. So that's very interesting. So speaking of which, Brady, I think it's time for the reveal. You just made your decision recently about your college decision. You were on a previous episode here on the podcast, and you talked about it, and you left. It was a big cliffhanger. It was like I thought he was going to reveal it, and he didn't. So I think it's time. I think it's time to reveal.
Yeah.
Remember, as 2023 kicks off, some great opportunities exist right now. First off, if you are a fitness coach, trainer, and you would like to get involved with my Todd Durkin Mastermind program because you're looking for best in class for business and personal growth, now is the time. You can either join my Institute or Platinum level. If you want to get in the game, join my Institute today. The Todd Durkin Mastermind Institute is going to help you in business, leadership, personal growth, and yes, even branding. Join the Institute today. If you would like to dominate the game, you really want to step it up in 2023, now is the time to join my Todd Durkin Mastermind Platinum level. All you've got to do is hit me up and let me know. Join the Institute today. Hit me up if you want to join the Platinum level. And that's not only do you get me as a coach, you get another coach that's going to really hold you accountable. You're going to have a team of 15 to 20 other brick and mortar fitness entrepreneurs who think like you, so you don't feel like you're out on an island. So join today, be part of my mastermind group, and I'll tell you what, it is going to be an epic 2023. Go over to ToddDurkinMastermind.com, sign up for the Institute today if you would like to take action, and if you want to be part of the higher level, dominate the game, the Platinum level, hit me up, message me, because now is the time. Why wait? Yoo-hoo! Yeah, I'm talking to you, all you high performers, non-fit pros, listen up. I've got a brand new group forming February 1st called Impact X. Impact X. Like, what's that, TD? That sounds pretty interesting. Yeah, guess what? It's kind of like a Navy SEAL team. I'm looking for a stealth operation for folks who are high performers, someone that wants to go deeper and get even more intensive coaching from yours truly. That's right. I'm looking for 12 people. You know, it's like the Knights of the Round Table here. We're gonna have 12 people go deep in all areas of life. Maybe you're feeling a little burnout. Maybe you're doing a lot of good things already. Maybe you're making decent money, but you feel like there's another level you could play on personally, relationally, and professionally. There's another level you can get to. Maybe you don't have the juice, the consistent juice. You feel motivated some days, but you wish you had more on most days. Maybe you're not feeling as fulfilled as you desire. This is your shot. 12 months of yours truly, coaching you at the deepest level possible, motivating you, holding you accountable, and doing what you need to do so that you can live your best life. Because after all, when I say live a life worth telling a story about, what's your story? Why wait? Now is the opportunity. Hit me up. You can DM me on Instagram. You can email me, Durkin@fitnessquest10.com. It all starts February 1st. Now is the time. Don't delay. Why wait? Where are you going?
Well, after a lot of consideration, talking to my family, praying, everything, High Point University. I'll be seeing you in the fall.
Why High Point?
I mean, there was a lot of reasons. It was just me. I mean, when we went twice. Both times it was great. It was just great. It felt great being there. The campus was really nice.
Yep.
Obviously, that's not like one of the top things, but it was really nice. And
yes, it is.
Being there.
It sure is.
The size is perfect for me. I don't think that there's like too many or too little.
10,000? About 10,000 students?
I think it's like 10 to 15
okay.
Total with the graduate school.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's becoming a well-known school. Like and then the program that I want to go into, the communications program, is perfect for what I actually want to go down. My path in life. I would major in media production and entrepreneurship. And I think that just works out really well with what I want to get into post school. And I think that when I went and saw it, it just fit me.
Mm-hmm.
And then also they are truly just, they care about me. Like I could feel it.
Yeah.
It was just different. They were calling me, they were emailing me. I have a success coach. You just know.
Yeah. Well, folks, if you never heard of High Point University is in High Point, North Carolina. And we found out about it because one of our clients here at Fitness Quest 10's daughter went to High Point, loved it. My college roommate, Andy Ruckman, his son plays soccer at High Point, so knew of it. So when we went to visit it, because it's only an hour and 10 minutes from your brother at Davidson, very, very impressed from the first impression of literally, you talk about no stone unturned. They did a great job in first impressions. You know, you show up there and your name is on the board. Welcome, Brady Durkin. They make everyone, not just because it's Brady, but everyone feels special. It's a beautiful campus. The reputation really is growing. And I think High Point, it is an up and coming school. It's a great regional reputation. I think in the next 5 to 10 years, they'll have a great national reputation. I love that they say they're a premier life skills university and they live it. And, one of the things that we've talked about, Bus, is, they have some amazing folks come back to their school, including within communications, guys like Steve Wozniak, right? Yeah. Co-founder of Apple, go speak at the school. And you got a success coach already. And I've been very, very impressed as a parent in how they've handled you and including welcoming the family. 2 things that are unique about High Point that I think is, well, number one, the president. This guy, Nito Cobain, one of the most extraordinary leaders that I know, not just in the university or higher education setting, but I listened to the videos he puts out. He just put out recently, a few weeks ago, a video to all of the students getting ready for their final exams and talked about, how we believe in you and how it's God, family, in school. These are the principles that they, as God, country, and family. And I think that President Cobain does an amazing job as the CEO. Yeah. And the CEO is the chief enthusiasm officer, giving out popsicles on the corner and everything else. It's the most unique president I've ever seen, and I love what he offers those students. So I think that's good. And the second thing, this is brilliant. I don't know why more colleges don't do this. This is brilliant. This birthed out of COVID. They actually have, if you go to school there, if you go to school undergrad, you get a free graduate degree. A free graduate degree in a specific graduate program. It's on the leadership, entrepreneurship, on that. Let me repeat. If you go to undergrad, you can, if you choose to go to grad school, it's free, which is probably $50,000, $60,000 in this specific niche. I think that's brilliant. I think it's brilliant.
I'm very happy about that. I think it'll be great.
I think it's great because you probably figure, this is why I figure, well, that's actually brilliant marketing because, okay, when you're done with 4 years, most people are like, I want to get a job. I want to go and make money. And there's probably a fair amount of kids who go do that. But then there's going to be the 20, 30% or so that are like, nope, I'm actually going to take advantage of graduate school right after that. So I love it. I love everything that it stands for. And I want to give you kudos because Brady also got, and he doesn't talk about this, he's joking around, but he got a presidential scholarship. And that's not easy because 4.2 GPA in high school, is it? A 4.2. He's worked his tail off on this. And he's very, 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 you've worked hard in high school and you deserve that presidential scholarship and that. Luke, do you have thoughts on High Point, by the way? You're going to have your brother an hour down the way.
Dude, I'm very excited that he's going to be an hour away. I've heard good things about the school. I haven't been there yet, but very excited to visit. I know they have a reputation for having very pretty girls as well, so may find my wife from High Point. Who knows?
Wait a second. How did it go from academics to pretty girls at High Point?
That's the reputation.
He's coming out.
I'm not going there to do school.
So when football season's over next year, when Brady's there, you're telling me you're going to start spending more time at High Point.
I will definitely probably make a couple of trips in the spring.
Okay. And you guys will spend a lot of time in the library?
Tons of time in the library.
Ton of time in the library on a Saturday.
Yeah. Good.
All the time.
Good. I would expect nothing less from the Durkin Boys than to spend your Saturday evenings in the library at High Point or Davidson. Why are you looking at me all funny, Brady? If you're watching on YouTube,
I think it's a great point you're making right now.
Good. Well, congratulations, HPU. You had some great choices, and you decided early. Probably feels good to get that off your shoulders.
Feels very good. We're almost second semester starting right now. I think it's perfect.
Okay.
Perfect timing.
Yep. So let's focus on what's next. Luke, let's go back to Davidson. What's next for you? You got your going in, you're just about to start your second semester of your sophomore year. So what's next for you?
This could be a big semester in the spring with spring ball, just solidifying all that on the football field in the classroom. And then I really got 2 more years left to play at Davidson, get a degree, and then either move on with the ROTC or see what happens after with football. But
what's Where's the program at right now? You guys?
I think we lost a good amount of seniors this year,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the guys we have coming up and the guys we have returning are going to be really dangerous. So I think we should. In my eyes, at least, and I know a lot of the team agrees with this. It was kind of a down year. We didn't win the championship for the third time in a row, and
you won it 2 years in a row.
We won it 2 years in a row. Year before I got there, my freshman year. This year we lost. We got second place, but we still got the playoff bid, which is cool. It's cool to make the playoff 3 years in a row. But like for me, like I'm not satisfied, and I know our team isn't satisfied with that. So I think these next 2 years are big for us to kind of solidify that to be the top dogs in the PFL again.
Yeah. When you said PFL, folks, FCS football, okay, that's what we used to call 1AA. For all you folks out there who are old school like me, 1AA is now FCS, and the PFL is the Pioneer Football League. That's the league that Davidson competes in. There is a lot of hype around Davidson campus these days. If I'm not mistaken, they're building a new stadium and pouring a ton of money into it, right?
Next January.
How much money are they pouring into the facilities and stadium?
I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot. But next January, when I get back from the winter, and I think we'll be practicing there in the fall. We won't be playing there yet, but then in the winter, when I get
so
back
your senior year, you'll have a new stadium.
Yeah, brand new
weight room,
locker room, everything.
Yeah,
field, stadium, it'll be awesome. So I'm excited for that. And then I think it's really about that time that we're gonna have to start like elevating our program to win the playoff games because we're the only it's us in the Ivy Leagues, PFL and the Ivy Leagues are the only 2 non-scholarship FCS teams. So it's kind of when we get put in the playoff game, we get matched up with a full ride school, which we haven't been able to win those games the last 3 years now. But I think it's time to take that next step because otherwise it's just the same. That's not.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of buzz around campus. Coach Scott Abel, head coach Scott Abel, has done a heck of a job. Davidson was a perennial loser before they got there. I didn't even know who Davidson was. William Mary did not play Davidson, even though they were FCS. They were not competing at that level. Coach Abel came in 4 or 5 years ago now. 5 years ago, has turned the program around. Now they're a perennial winner. They've, as Luke just said, won 2 of the PFL champion. The past 2 years. This past year, they came in second place, but made it to the first round of the FCS playoffs. And with the rebuilding of, well, not rebuilding, a brand new stadium and complex, rumor has it about $50 million. They're pouring a lot of money in. When you say Davidson now, what do people say? Oh, isn't that where Steph Curry went? Yes, it is. That is where Steph Curry went. But the football program is coming on strong. They're competing at a national level, both in FCS and even sprinkling in an FBS opponent every now and then. So I love having Luke part of that program, what Coach Abel has done, the coaching staff. I love your strength and conditioning program that you have. It's as world-class as any, and I know a lot of the programs, and your coach has done a great job there as well. So the future is bright at Davidson on a lot of levels. Brady, how about you? What's next, like immediately, that's coming up here in this spring?
Well, I've got lacrosse coming up, which I'm very excited for. It's going to be my senior year.
Yep.
Senior year lacrosse season, and doesn't get much better than that. Last year's lacrosse season was definitely difficult because I was struggling with the injury and had to stop midway through because another dislocation.
That was like, what, 7?
6, and then 7 happened, and then but surgery, all that. So my lacrosse season last year was a little bit of a sham. This year, everything's hopefully going to be great. And then after that, I have the fun parts of your senior year, like graduation, prom, whatnot, all the good times. And then after that, college.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you ready for rapid fire questions?
Yeah.
You're not prepared for these. I'm going to rapid fire questions.
Let's go.
Ready? I don't care the order who it goes. Favorite lift in the gym?
It used to be bench press, but then something happened to my shoulder, so it's flies, dumbbell flies,
Dumbbell chest flies?
No,
or
like shoulder flies,
lateral shoulder.
Okay, flies. Yeah.
Okay, that lateral shoulder is okay.
That's a little different. We just hit these this morning, but barbell split squats.
Attaboy.
Awesome.
Feed the legs. Why do you love barbell split?
I haven't been able to back
squats?
squat in a while just because my back, my hips are tight. My back can't take it. But the split squats, I can just load up with a bar, and I just feel strong every time I do them. So even if I don't go heavy or something that day, like just makes me feel good afterwards. Like
you put weight on the bar, or is it just 45 pounds?
Oh no, we can put some weight on there.
How much?
Good 315, right?
Yeah.
We'll see.
135?
No.
No?
Today we did about 225.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Folks, don't try that at home if you're not in training. Favorite class in school? Brady? I'll go Luke.
I'll say, I mean, I said earlier, probably the military leadership classes.
I like that.
I like those more than the traditional school.
Yep.
Yeah, for me, it's usually like English or broadcast journalism. Both this year are really awesome. English is just always good because I like to write, and then
You're a good writer.
Broadcast journalism is good just because I get to work on the media.
All right. Brady, I'm going to go to you. Favorite thing about your brother? Actually, Luke, let's go. Doesn't matter.
I'll start it off. We're always just able to chill. We can always like go in the hot tub, watch a movie, go get some food, and we're always just like cracking jokes, having good times.
You guys get a lot of food. Why do you eat dinner? Why do you get dinner and then an hour later you guys go away in the caddy and go get more food?
Well,
Does mom not do you?
How else are we supposed to look like this? I mean, we gotta be big somehow, right? I mean,
Be humble, be hungry. Be humble, be hungry, folks. He's still learning.
It's always the fourth meal. I'd say my favorite memory with Brady. It's a good one, the lacrosse. So my senior year of lacrosse.
Oh, we talk. Okay, we're gonna. Okay.
What was the question? Favorite thing?
Favorite thing about your brother?
yeah.
I'll say the lacrosse story. That's kind of what came to mind.
You're gonna reveal. Okay, go ahead.
So basically, it was my senior year of lacrosse. Like we're coming out of COVID, and he was a sophomore, and we played on the same like attack line all year long. So quarterfinal playoffs, we're playing Coronado, which is like I've played club ball with the team, with all those kids since I was like middle school.
Yep.
And there was this whole thing that like they wanted to change the game because it was their prom, and so they're all texting me all week, and I'm like, no, we're not changing our game. Like you guys are coming to us, like we're playing Friday night or whatever. And they're all pissed off. Like their goalie didn't even come to the game, so we blew him out, like killed him. It was like 10-1, and I think we had 9 of the 10 goals combined. Like I had 4, you had 5, something like that. Like yeah, he had 6 goals. So we killed him, and then towards the end of the game, like we're just kind of killing the clock. Like I'm just running around, not letting them. They're trying to get the ball from me, but so this kid who I've known since like in middle school, he's just hacking at me, just like all over. Like flags are getting thrown, like I'm not dropping the ball, so I just keep running. Sure enough, like 4 flags get thrown. I get the whistle blows. He pushes me from behind, and as soon as he pushes me from behind, I don't fall or anything. I'm kind of just like stumbling. I turn around. And Brady's just on him, just wailing. Like they're just going at it. Like helmets are about to go, like hockey style, like helmets here, we're wailing on each other. So I'm like, oh shoot. So I start joining. I go over there, start pushing. The whole bench clears. Our lacrosse team, we had a bunch of goons. So our whole bench clears, sticks get thrown. The guys
This is a unique episode, my friends.
Guys just throwing haymakers. Like, so it's a full on brawl. Like we're here, like just hitting kids in their neck, like on the ground. Like, it was ugly. Like the coach, they pull everyone off. Like all the parents are like, F you guys. Like, thought we were all dirty. Like, Coach Rand had a nasty reputation in lacrosse. I'm walking up. My club coach is like cussing us out. He's like, your team's dirty as hell. Like just basically cussed us off as well. I was like, thanks, coach. Like, and then it ended up, I didn't get suspended because I was the one who like got hit. He was done. 3 of our guys, basically 3 or 4 starters got suspended. So we showed up to the semifinal game. So like I played and like half our starters were out, so we ended up losing. We should have won the game. We lost like by 1 goal. We would have won. We probably would have won the final.
So Brady, do you have any comments on that story? Because you're the one who steamed across the field and decked some kid and started a brawl.
I mean, I'm sure I could say some things. I don't know if I should though.
No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't.
See the video? There was a video, and you see me running around, and Brady starts like hauling like behind me, like I'm getting hit. He starts hauling from the other side of the field. As soon as I get hit, he's just on him, just starts wailing.
Gotta protect your brother. Gotta protect your brother.
That was probably my best memory.
Yeah,
like,
great.
And then what he says, we just
great.
always.
I asked for favorite memory, and it was a fight. Imagine that, folks. Yeah, I didn't know they were coming out with that one. Okay, good. And as your mom was freaking out that you guys were fighting, I'm like, listen, if it ever happens again, you get hit over the head with a stick, you fight. You don't change it. Like if you hit over the head with a stick by somebody, sorry, protect your family. So good job, boys. You're like, oh, what?
All time great.
Sometimes it happens. Okay, favorite thing about your brother. How about your mom? Favorite thing about your mom, Brady?
She's a good cook. She
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mom.
Let me get through.
Sorry, Mom. All you moms out there are laughing right now. No. You're in trouble.
Whoa.
We do not edit this. This is hilarious.
Hold on. She's a very good cook. She's a great mother. She's a very loving person. Loving towards all of us. And she's just very helpful with everything. But she makes good food. I don't know what to say.
She does.
But she's just like a very loving person. Like if I ever have anything like I need to go to her, I do. And like she's just always there.
Okay. Yeah. I like it. Luke, she is a good cook, by the way.
She is very loving. She's very caring. She's very patient too. She always puts up with us, whether it's probably McKenna the most now, but us too. She's always put up with us pretty well. McKenna's a little handful with her. But the cooking is great to come back to. The cooking is great to come back to after like eating the cafeteria, like not making much food still.
So you're not looking forward to going back to school next week on and eating the calf food?
No, the calf food, hard to keep my weight. But the coming home, I put on the first week. Because I lost a bunch of weight from my injury too. And I came home and put on about 10 pounds in a week.
But you're healthy now. You're ready to go.
Oh, yeah. I feel good now.
Okay. And you're right, Mom. I admire how she handles all of the different responsibilities that she does, not only working wise as a college professor, but with making. She loves to be in the kitchen, loves to cook. She loves to put on her music from Hamilton and cook. And she loves having you home, Luke, and having the family together. So well said. How about advice? Advice for your younger sister. McKenna. She's 14. She's a freshman in high school. Luke, older brother, advice for your younger sister.
Say to stay away from guys like us.
What is that supposed to mean?
No, it's
what does that mean?
I mean, it's kind of more of a joke, but yeah, I think she's doing good from what I've seen and talked to her and hung out with her while I've been here. But yeah, I mean,
do you talk to her that we don't know about? Like you text her and give her encouragement?
Yeah, I mean, I text her. I probably need to stay in touch a little bit more when I'm at school. But
okay.
I hang out with her a good amount when I'm back here.
Okay, Brady.
Try to make an effort.
Yep. Brady, how about you? Advice for your younger
she's doing pretty good. Just like keep doing like working hard in school, working hard athletically. I mean, she's good. She's good. Pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. She might have the brightest athletic future.
Yeah, seriously. She's an athlete.
The brightest athletic future.
Yeah, that's what I've said.
Yeah.
You have said that.
I'm saying that too.
Okay. Well,
see where she pans out.
All right. Yeah. The one thing that I want to ask is this: is what's one thing that people should know about you, but they don't, or what's something that you want something that people know about you that they don't?
For me, I definitely take my faith very seriously. I mean, I was talking to you guys the other day, just going to Bible study in the mornings before school, like once a week, and then on Sundays having two to three different church services. It's just important to me, and I just like that's definitely something.
You go to Bible study 6 a.m.
Yeah, 6:30.
6:30, once or twice a week.
Go through the different books. It's just really important. So.
As much as Brady is joking around in today's episode, he really is a very humble man, and your faith is something that is very important to you. And you do a great job with it. I'm really, really proud of you, the way you show up to school, and not just with the quote cool kids, but every kid. And I know out of all of the things that bring you joy, it's when you have a chance to really witness to another young man or woman at school. So nice job on that.
Thank you.
How about you, Luke?
Yeah, I mean, I think something that's cool is like at school we do. I guess a lot of my friends aren't as religious out here. So like, we still go to church and all that, but back in school, we're able to really get more involved with the Bible studies and faith stuff. Just because a lot of my friends and we don't have as much groups and stuff here. Like we still go to church, like with the family and stuff. But back at school, we have our whole our team Bible study, which we're really involved in. Like we went to England last year for like a Bible study thing, and like worked with a football team out there over spring break. But
What about between the two of you? The pass me down car has been my Cadillac.
Yeah, that's
the 2006 Cadillac. Who likes it more, Brady or Luke?
That's my car. Now it's your car, but now it's been my car, and he acts like it's his. But you and McKenna always just complain about that. Was my first car when I was 16, or when I got my license, like 16 and a half, 17.
Mm-hmm.
That thing's awesome. I didn't know it was still kicking around. I thought I'd come back this break and it was over. Like I kind of got that impression from the summer. But it's still around and driving it around.
Believe it, baby.
But you and McKenna always complain. McKenna doesn't even want to drive it when she gets her license, but I think she should. I think it's a great car, especially in high school. You pull that thing up to Scripps Ranch High School, people know who's driving.
It's notorious. Like,
isn't it imperative that you have a beater in high school? I mean, folks, when you're listening
awesome.
you got to have a car that just, gosh, it brings out the quote best in you.
That car it's notorious for sure.
Yes. I think about my high school car, like a 1978 yellow Datsun with a hole in the ground. I had a rope that I had to put the passenger door because the door would fly open when I made a left turn. And man, like it was like the 2006 Cadillac STS. That's a classic.
Yeah, no, it is. It definitely is. It's known. It's known.
Okay,
it's
good.
You guys complaining about it.
No, I mean,
it's your car. It's like,
If you could go back and give yourself wisdom in middle school, what would it be, Brady?
I mean, I definitely worked very hard in middle school. I cared a lot about the grades that I got. I think that the only thing that I would change would just not so much the outcome of like getting straight A's or whatnot, but just making the habits like I did was good.
Yep.
Making those habits is imperative. It's important, but just not being so worried about the grades. It would have been good to take that stress.
Is that advice you would give to a current middle school student? Don't worry about your grades as much?
I'd say get the grades.
Get them.
And build those habits because it's important. But don't worry so much about the grades because it's middle school.
Okay. Luke?
yeah, I would say you just gotta enjoy it because I definitely wasn't as uptight as you about school in middle school. Mm-hmm. But I definitely cared. I thought it was so important, all that stuff. Like we had the citizenship grades. Like everything was so important. It seemed like it was important. And then you get to high school and you're like, oh, middle school was awesome. Like I wish I could go back to middle school. And then you get to college. And I wish I could go back to high school. So yeah, just kind of enjoying it. And it goes by quick.
So what would you tell your high school self now? What would you, if you were to give wisdom to your high school self or even to another high school student, what would it be?
I'd say I don't really have any regrets from high school. I think the way I handled especially during COVID, the way I handled getting it done, getting my stuff done, taking care of what I had to do, but at the same time enjoying all of it too. Those last COVID months of senior year, it was kind of, we were just getting back to quote normal, but it wasn't normal yet. Mm-hmm. But I think we did a really good job of enjoying it all, having fun, but at the same time I did everything I had to do leading up to that, starting my sophomore year when I came back to Scripps with football classroom and everything. But
okay. Brady, how about yourself with high school? What wisdom would you tell your high school self? Even though you're still in high school, but you're at the tail end.
In high school,
you're at the last part of it.
Maybe freshman or sophomore year. Again, I was at that same time really worried about the grades, which high school it's a little bit more reasonable. But just to keep enjoying it, have a good time, make some memories. I mean, just I did pretty well. I'm happy with how everything panned out.
You worked your tail off.
I did.
7 days a week.
I worked really hard. Yeah. But just, again, the process is more important than the outcome.
Okay. Good.
It will lead to the outcome.
I have two more questions. What do you want to be when you grow up? Brady?
I want to own a business in the film and entertainment world. I want to own my own company. That's why the major works so perfectly over at High Point, because it bridges the entrepreneurship and the media production. And that's basically what I want to do. I want to own my own company in that world. And grander on the grand scheme of things, just help people make their lives better. Yeah.
What made you get interested in not the business side, because you've been around it,
the business
with me, but what about the
story side?
Yes, the creative side.
The creative. It was just always kind of there, and I had always wanted to make things, and I always wanted to do these crazy things, and it just worked out well. It just, God kind of put it in my life, and from there on.
Interesting. All right. Luke, how about you?
Say, I don't really know exactly what type of profession or career I want to have. I mean, I'll probably start out in the Army just because that's what the ROTC is going to feed me into. But I'd say bottom line, whatever it is, whether it's in the Army, coaching, business, like just to be able to use my leadership to make a difference in people's lives and change the world for the better in whatever I do. So I'd say that's like my biggest goal in being successful. But yeah, I don't really have an exact
I think that's one of the good things about the program you're in right now with the Army or OTC is you have a job when you're done with college, so you don't have to go get a job. Because let me tell you what, when you're 21, 22, 23 nowadays, it ain't easy getting a job. So you'll have the good opportunity to go serve your country, which is the most noble thing one can do. And then to get some experience working. And then maybe, as you mentioned, I can see you going and get a coaching because you study sports, especially football, and the ability to make a difference in a young man's life through the game of football is an amazing opportunity. You see it, you saw it in high school, you saw it in college, you've seen it at all levels in fitness and training. So there's a lot of opportunities that exist. So great job today, fellas. Great job. I guess I have one more question. If I wasn't around, which one of you turkeys is going to lead this family?
It's a no-brainer.
It is a no-brainer.
I don't think that needs much explaining. But,
so you'd say yourself, huh?
I am the heir.
No, 'cause he follows me whatever I do. So
that's a good point.
it's whatever I do, he follows. So
that's a good point.
Whoever's going to lead the family, you're going to follow me. That's not true. 100% is true.
Well, folks, there you have it. I said chopping it up with the Durkin Boys, and that's what we did today. We chopped it up, and we took a look at just where Luke and Brady are at these days. And I got to tell you, I've just been enjoying having Luke home and having the family together, albeit here it's coming to a close in a few days as he goes back to Davidson to complete his second semester of his sophomore year. To see Luke and Brady just hanging out and chilling, and the three kids with McKenna, just so much family time in the last month or so has been awesome. And I want to say thank you to both of you for showing up at high school, Brady, college, Luke, and the way you've handled yourself in the last 2 years. One thing that life's always teaching us about the highs and lows, right? In school and sports and in life, there's highs, there's lows, there's good times, there's tough times, there's bad times. And both of you are doing a phenomenal job. You stay close to God, you stay in your faith, you keep working hard in school, and you work your butt off, whether you're an athlete or you're not. You get in the gym, you work out, you get your mind right, and you get back to your community at Davidson, eventually at High Point here in Scripps Ranch in San Diego on that. And I know that you guys have done that, lived that, and you're doing it. So thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for having me on.
Any final
first time, I think.
First time?
Well,
way back, Thanksgiving, way back, we had that Thanksgiving day. But
this is my first time in the studio.
Live in the studio. Yeah. So, if any of our loyal listeners want to follow you on social media, where would they do that?
Instagram is at Luke Durkin 9.
For me, it's at Brady Durkin.
At Brady Durkin and at Luke Durkin 9. Any new books coming out, Brady, Luke, anything else that they need to know about? Final thoughts.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, Brady.
It's always up to something. Yeah.
There you go. So, folks, thank you so much for chopping it up with us. Please, if you feel inclined to share today's humor and chopping it up with the Durkin Boys, please do that as we get going here in 2023, just the second week into 2023. There's always so much going on, and I want you to make sure you reflect back on your God-sized dreams planner, all the goals, dreams, and visions you have for your life, whether you have kids or not. I got to tell you, these last few weeks have been bringing me absolute joy because the family's together, and we talk about God, country, family. We talk about our dreams and visions and impact and everything else. Nothing better than getting up and chopping it up with the boys. So thanks for joining us today. Share today's episode. Go out there and don't forget to train hard, eat right, live inspired, and go create impact. Can you believe that January 2023 is here? Oh my goodness. Happy New Year again, even though we're into the new year. Hey, I have something real special I want to tell you about. Many of you have already received your Impact Journal, Dominate Your Day. If so, congratulations. If you have not, now is the time to order it. Why, TD? Why do I need it? Why? Because we have a brand new 21-day journal challenge starting up January 21st. I made it real simple. 21 days starting on January 21st. Yup. Just so you know, journaling is so powerful and can help you achieve more peace, more sanity, more joy, tranquility, happiness, and focus. Matter of fact, I created the Impact Journal to help create a very powerful structure for both your morning routine and your evening routine. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. And those 10 minutes will make a huge difference that will ultimately help you dominate your day, bookending your day with gratitude, intense gratitude. So get your Impact Journal now. Head over to todddurkin.com, and the 21-day challenge starts when? Exactly. January 21st. It's free to participate. All you have to do is you got to get your Impact Journal. Once you do that, it'll be 21 straight days of journaling. You don't have to wait till the 21st to start journaling, but on January 21st, it's all going to take place and there'll be some surprises along the way. So what do you got to do? 21 straight days of journaling day and night. I got you. Let's get journaling. The Impact Journal Challenge starts January 21st. Get your Impact Journal today.